sweet mother Lord. Been a minute. I don't even know. Okay, so another one. Yep. Yeah. So 97 12 valve. I wonder what that's doing there. Turbo is fucked up. I bought this from a buddy. It's the old turbo off my truck. Actually the whole intake and filter. Old bumper on my truck that doesn't line up, only using 4 bolts out of 6 because for some reason, I don't even know. Rusty old farm truck, real bad, frame's real nice and clean, interior, I mean, whatever, 288,000, working on putting the old CBs in. Oh, bonjour, I wonder what's going on there. So without getting completely underneath this thing, getting all shit covered. This is a GoPro. I don't know why I'm getting under here like you guys can see. Something happened. Left work. My new old whatever job. Used to drive truck. Left, went and built CO2 lasers. Left that because of reasons I can get into some other day. Went back to driving. Bought this from my buddy. This is the original transmission. 5th gear seems to have been fixed, but it's not the reason we're having issues. That would be 3rd gear. Only reason I know that is because I left work one day, or one night, I guess, morning, I don't know. Truck was a little cold. It wasn't like terrible below 0 type shit. It was just, you know, cooler out. Winter was just going to be starting, and let the truck warm up for a little bit. Went 1st, 2nd, and then the 3rd I was on gravel. I gave it a little bit. Back end broke loose. All of a sudden it was like, I was like, oh fuck. Thought I had a rod knocking, but no, it was literally just shit 2 teeth right off a 3rd. The camera will let me, yeah, just shit 2 teeth right off 3rd. So my 95 Ram that you guys may have seen before that I was pushing, I don't know, it was like 500 horse, 1,000 foot-pounds, something like that. Lifted the head gasket was shit. The block's been completely torn apart, machined, firing, all that stuff. Anyways, I was going to put a manual in it. Well, then I decided after owning this thing with this, that the manual and the, you know, however many ungodly amounts of boost and the 700 plus horsepower that thing should be seeing was not going to be fun through a 5-speed. So I said, okay, well, I've got a 5-speed swaps, got a shit 5-speed at the moment, swap it. Okay, cool. Well, my truck, this one's a 97, so 94 through 97, I believe they used the, well, they used the NV4500, but your 4-wheel drive selector mounts on these little bosses here, that this would bolt back here. It's on the driver's side. Well, the new transmission, I think, is from like a 2000 or 2002 or something. So it has these bosses, but no holes drilled or tapped. So swapping the tail housing, it's been taking forever because we just got shit on with snow. I mean, we've had snow, but like, it's, yeah. This is about, oh, you can't even tell. That's about what we had before I came out and plowed about a half of this, and then the rest of the guys, my dad and uncle, came plowed the rest. I think the truck's out of fuel. You see that little black over there? That's my Talon all frickin' put in there. My truck was sitting over there, just absolutely covered. Whole thing was pretty much white, had ice coming from every which words. This was filled. I don't know. So there's an update. This is what I've been dealing with. And oh yeah, I work nights now, so 9 to midnight until 4:30 until whenever, you know. Usually it's about 9, 9:30, 45 until about 5:30. I know this last Friday I left at about 9:25, 9:30 from the town I live in, or our docks, and I got home about 4:40 or something like that. 9 stops delivering auto parts, yada yada yada. Yeah, this is what I've been dealing with, and not sure I'm gonna get under there and do all that because a little bit of the wet, and I'm not the biggest fan. So I might just sit down and suck on some of them, you know what I mean? But whatever. Watch the videos and shit. So I just I literally can't make this stuff up. Like, I'll just show you. So the issue I was speaking about earlier should be evident here. That is a older model, or whatever, older style Dodge Ram. So your 12 valve from 94 to, let's say, 97 and a half or whatever, maybe 98, probably not. That's where your four-wheel drive selector sits. So this would be towards the front, that would bolt here. Your shifter would be somewhere up in this region, bolts to there. Now here we have the bosses, but they haven't been machined, drilled, or tapped, which you can see these have been. Now the issue that I found should be evident here. Just a big old groove. I'd say at least at its deepest point on this side, probably at least 100 thousandths. This side still pretty deep, but I don't know if it's quite as deep. And the really odd thing to me is it's on the sides, not down at the middle or so much at the top, which is very odd because it almost seems to me this would be flat, or if anything these would be out more, which if these are out further that would make sense at a rub here and here but not here. But whatever. The only thing that I can think of, because this gear inside the transmission or inside the transmission in the truck is fine, it's this I believe that has an issue, because this one here seems to be really smooth. The one in the truck doesn't seem to be so. Now I'm going to get under the truck and I'll show you guys I guess what I'm talking about. So GoPro's doing what they're doing. You can barely see it, but this here is your four-wheel drive selector. You can see how it would mount. It would normally sit right about here, so that's the issue. Tuck that back there. If you look, this here seems to, I don't know, it's hard to tell because this feels smooth, not like it's been machining anything, you know, running against it. I mean, very possibly. This here seems a little rough in comparison to everything else. Definitely more rough than the transmission on the table over there. And this is how I took it apart. This is a 5th gear nut fix deal. If you look inside there, you can just see, I thought this was anti-seize to begin with, which, I mean, at this point it probably is, but this is aluminum shavings from the housing. Now the oil doesn't look much better. If I can get this to work here. You can clearly see the
transmission had aluminum, metallic in the pan, or not the pan, inside. So it leads me to wonder what's really going on with this transmission. A few buddies of mine suggested that possibly, because I was told this transmission was rebuilt, and it's clearly been apart because of all the orange RTV that's literally everywhere. At the very minimum, this housing has been off, and that's not only evident because of the RTV, but because of this 5th gear lock on. It locks into the what you use to tension your 5th gear. Now the other thing is, 5th gear here seems to be tight. This here isn't going to be exactly tight because this lever moves it, but feeling there seems to be no more play in overdrive here, because this is the overdrive counter shaft, at least from what I understand. And I mean, it doesn't have any more play than anything else, so that's why I'm very confused as to what may have caused this issue. And this is the same on my on the other transmission. It sort of moves and does its own thing, because this is your selector that would connect up there. I don't have the shifter in because we needed clearance. I should put the shifter back in so I could put it into 5th, which would essentially be overdrive, I do believe. But I'm very, very concerned. I've had someone online tell me that it may be a snap ring and it's not shimmed correctly, which I'm thinking would be internal in the transmission, so that would be great. But I'm at a loss. My buddies say just drive it. Just don't worry about it. Drive it, flush the fluid, and see what happens. But at the same time, I'd like to do that so I can drive this truck. But I also don't want to have more issues. I don't want to take the drive shafts, the transfer case, everything else back out, to deal with issues. So I'm at a loss. I really don't know what to do at this point. Son of a gun.
Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what my answer is. Spent probably an hour looking on YouTube, different YouTube videos, forums. I posted in my own thread on Cummins forum. I posted my own thing on a Facebook group, which I hate doing, specifically for 12-valve Cummins stuff. I've only gotten a few ideas there, nothing hard evidence, no even real pointers on what I can even do to fix this. So I don't know. I put the messed up tail housing on this transmission so I can get my engine lift and pick it up and put it in the back of the truck, or get ballsy and pick it up myself. And I've got this one cleaned up. I've had my Aveo out here running for over an hour, probably over 2 hours, and I had all the gear oil and stuff in there and all that, but whatever. And then I had gray RTV, the right stuff or whatever, in a tube that comes out on its own, because that's what I was going to use for this, to get a uniform thing. So I've got that sitting on the heater to warm up, because I was just going to slap this together. But I have zero interest in spending all this time and effort cleaning the transmission, cleaning that, because I mean, you can see how nasty this thing is. This thing's just immaculately clean, besides that little bit of paint from the old seal. And then throw a new seal in, put gasket maker on that after cleaning the transmission, put it up in there, and then I do stupid shit like this all the time. I run into issues, I say, okay, well, it'll work this way. I do it that way, it won't work that way. That's why when something like this comes up and I know it'll be a problem, I'm just gonna stop and let it sit for another 4 months and not get nothing done. But I don't know. Didn't get shit for sleep last night. slept in my truck for like 2 hours here, trying to gain some sleep, and it's just too much bullshit. Too much bullshit. I can't deal with it. So I'm putting the oh, my light's dead. That's great. I'm putting a, you guys can't see, but I'm putting a bag, taping this thing up, and then ratchet strapping it back up in there. It's just, I don't know, there's nothing I can do. I don't understand these things at all. So yeah, I get to take this out even though I just put it in with the new clutch, and I get to figure out how to take these apart and fix it. So